All right, guys. It's a beautiful sunset here in Tempe, Arizona. Um, I just got off work and I just wanted to come on here and record a quick video about a prediction that I have for tomorrow. So today is June 11th. It's 7:53 p.m. when I'm recording this. And all week it's been extremely hyped that the SpaceX IPO is well, maybe not extremely hyped. It definitely is hyped, but there's a lot of debate around whether the valuation is accurate and it is worth the price that it's set to IPO at, which is $135, which values the company at almost $2 trillion when they don't have that much revenue. Um, they I think they got $18.7 billion of revenue in 2025. Um, there's been some boost to revenue with Elon renting out some data center capacity to Anthropic and Google, but doesn't really come close to validating the $2 trillion valuation. So that point goes in contrary to my prediction, which is that SpaceX IPO on June 12th is going to basically double in price and it's going to go up a massive amount. My theory is that between the time periods of June 1st and June 11th, that people have been taking out exit liquidity, especially retail investors, in order to invest it back into SpaceX when it does go public. It's such a hyped stock it's the biggest IPO of all time. It's very hyped with retail investors and but the market has been going down in the last couple of weeks. So I think it's just exit or just liquidity for the SpaceX IPO, which is why I believe that tomorrow it's going to go to $235. Maybe 200 would be my conservative estimate, and that's not conservative whatsoever. That's an extreme bump, and that would value the company at an insane amount. So yeah, I guess I can go through a few talking points just about the like what SpaceX IPO is, you know, what's being talked about, right? So the headline numbers are that it's priced at $135 a share. It's raising 75 billion at almost $2 trillion valuation. Um, and it's profitable on revenue growth, but not profit. So revenue's up 33% to 18 billion, but a 4.9 billion net loss. Um, so it's basically being valued at 95x sales for a company that's losing $5 billion. Um, so people don't care about the loss because the market dominance of being able to launch satellites into the space, and if you think about it, the total addressable market, if SpaceX has a monopoly on that, it's just huge. If you believe the story and the narrative that they're selling, which is that Starlink will become more popular, orbital data centers will become more popular, and we're going to go to moon and Mars, and you're going to be able to. It's just commercialization of space. If you believe in that narrative, SpaceX is the only company to really invest in. Um, and yeah, I'd say that's the biggest bull case. We went over the short position opinion, but in my opinion, in my prediction, I'm going to release this video on June 11th, is that it's going to explode in value tomorrow. And this is simply because of the hype and the popularity and the notoriety of SpaceX and Elon. And so I think it's a quick in and out money making opportunity. I think that long term, it's not going to be worth $2 trillion. It's going to spike right now in the next 2 weeks. It also gets listed in the NASDAQ 100 in early July. And that basically that forces QQQ indexes to buy SpaceX, and um, that's going to provide like 22 to 27 billion dollars of demand for SpaceX, just kind of guaranteed. And that's a big debate about like whether that should be legal or if it should be struck down by a judge, or you know, that's a debate in itself. But for the short time being, I think the short term 1 month long, and then take profit at maybe the end of July, middle of July. I think that's the play. And then when it is not worth $2 trillion. It's not going to hold that value, and it's going to. But you can make money because of the hype, and that's pretty much the summary. I just wanted to get on here and make a prediction in time, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So that's kind of it, guys.